Hello everyone, I hope everyone's doing well today. I know it's been a little while, but Syntax Error recently came out on Payday 3. I figured now is a good time to give you one of those foolproof, consistent guides for Syntax Error, that way you can solo stealth it on Overkill if you want to. The last one we did was Touch the Sky, and I think it turned out pretty well, so hopefully you guys like this one. To give you a little bit of backstory, I've got about 230 hours on Payday 3, and I've run Syntax Error about 20 times in stealth at this point with this route. This route didn't take very long to make, but I think it turned out pretty well. With this route, each run takes about 7 or 8 minutes for minimum loot and probably closer to about 12 or 13 minutes with all loot. Before I show you the route, here are some good equipment and skills to take. Make sure not to take unbreakable knives if you're going to use them as a distraction, and then take extra munitions so you have more throwing knives. We're going to ace Hacker so that we have 2 run times. And then we're going to bring Secure Loop so we can hack cameras. If you play your cards right, you can actually disable every camera downstairs all at one time, but I'll talk a little more about that in a sec. We're going to take Glitch Protocol to hack the guards. I use this just to hack them and run past them. We take Transporter Basic so we get Rush anytime we pick up a bag. And then we take Beast of Burden so that Rush makes it so we have no bag penalties. And then the most important thing out of this tree is we're going to take Power Lifter so we can carry 2 bags at one time. And then looking at the new tree they added with the Syntax Error heist, we're going to bring Scrambler so we have an additional runtime that puts us at 3 total runtimes. We take Extra Pockets so we get an additional ECM. And then most importantly we take Cam Distortion. So if we place an ECM close enough to a camera, it completely disables the camera. With 2 ECMs that means you can disable 2 cameras, and with 3 runtimes you can hack 3 cameras. That means 5 cameras can be taken out at once by you, and there's only 5 cameras downstairs on this heist. Moving over to Loadout, make sure you bring ECMs, throwing knives, and an ammo bag. The rest doesn't really matter. Now just as a preface before I show you the actual route, there are a lot of different possibilities for how you run this heist. So I'm going to show you the fastest way into each of the 5 server rooms since you only have to go into 3 of them, but it's random every time. The beginning of this run and the end of this run are all the same though. Pre-step 1, patiently wait to load into a lobby. Alright, we finally made it into a lobby. Go ahead and bring a zipline if you're going to go for all loot. Alright, now that we've loaded in, step 1 is going to be ball to the bathroom and mask up. Once you're in the bathroom and masked up, head inside the vent that's in the bathroom. You're going to take a right. Our goal right now is to get upstairs to the manager's office so that we can get the keypad code. Make your way over there through the break room and check and see if there's a QR phone on the table. There's 2 spots on the break room table and 1 in the manager's office. It's not required, but I like to grab it just in case. If you don't see the QR phone anywhere, it's in the camera room and you're not going to get it this run. That's fine. Now we're going to head into the manager's office and we're going to look for the code. Consider hacking the camera that's down the hallway or right in front of the door, and make sure to close the shutters once you get into the room for a little bit of extra safety. The first thing you want to do is hack the PC and look for some numbers right here. If there are no numbers right there, that means the code is in the safe. Move over and open the safe up. Anytime you see a number, type it into chat so you don't forget it. If you followed me up to this point, you've now got the code. We're going to move on to step 2. Now that you have the code, head back to the vents. This time, instead of coming out of the bathroom, you're going to go straight in the vents so that you pop out next to the keypad door behind the metal detector. This bypasses the metal detector so you never have to cut the wires. Very carefully put the code in, because there can be a camera in this room as well as the guard turning around occasionally. Once you've got the code in, head downstairs. Okay, step 3 time. It's time to find the keycard. If you'd like to, before you go all the way downstairs, you can hack some cameras from right here in the window. You can hack 3 cameras by hacking this one and then scrolling over to other ones. Pick your favorites or just do the first 3. Now, we're going to go check for the keycard. There are 3 locations for it, and you want to check them in this order. Once you walk down the stairs, distract or sneak past the 2 guards that are down there. You're going to check for the keycard in this spot right here next to the L2 stairway. If the keycard is here, skip to this time in the video, or keep following along so that I can show you the other 2 spawns. If it's not there, move to the server hub. It's down the hallway a little further, and you'll take a right to get over to the keycard spot. The keycard spawn is right here, which is where it was in my game. If the keycard's there, you can skip to this time, or you can check for that last keycard spawn with me. So if the keycard isn't in this second location, cry, because the 3rd spot is the worst. Sneak your way down the DE hallway right here from the server hub. Once you're down through the hallway, there's a janitor cart. To the side of that janitor cart is the third keycard spawn. You have to be very careful because there are 2 guards that can patrol this hallway and 1 civilian near the cart. If you've done all of this correctly, you have the keycard for sure now. Nice work! While getting the keycard is required, this next step isn't required if you're going for all loot. If you're going for all loot, you can skip ahead to this time to start seeing how to get into each room. If you're going for minimum loot, you want to make your way back to the server hub. Once you're in the server hub, backtrack a little bit to that L2 hallway near the first keycard spawn. You're going to want to head upstairs in the stairwell, scan into the room, and hack the computer that's in there. Now we wait for the hack. Once this screen pops up, only press the interact key 1 time. The emails pop up in a certain order, and I'm going to tell you which ones you need for sure. The first email that pops up, we're going to call email number 1. The correct rooms are always emails number 2, 3, and 5. If you get lost in the emails and you don't know which one's 1 anymore, just carefully read the emails and look for the ones that talk about military drone parts. Like I said, that's always going to be emails number 2, 3, and 5. These emails dictate which rooms you're going to have to go to for your servers if you're getting minimum loot, which is why I mentioned earlier that the route changes a lot. So I'm going to show you how to get into each of the 5 rooms the fastest way that I've found. And that puts us down to step 5, getting into each of the rooms. I'm going to go in order from A to E, and the gist of this step is very simple. Each of the server rooms has 2 servers in it. You're going to want to grab both of them at the same time using your transporter skills, and you're going to take them back to the hub to process them. You know a server room is done and clear because the floor will turn red in it when you've gotten both servers. You should also turn the power off in each room so that you can leave the doors open. When you take these servers back to the server hub, it'll scan one every 25 seconds or so, and every time you scan an additional server that doesn't have the information on it, you have to remove it before it'll scan the next one. So make sure you're removing servers as they pop out and placing them right here. As far as I can tell, this is a safe spot, but correct me if I'm wrong. Make sure you're removing a server between trips there, otherwise this will take a lot longer than it needs to. I'm going to show you a route to each of the rooms from the server hub area. Starting with server room A, if you manage to get that QR code at the beginning of the run, you can walk down the AB hallway and just simply QR code into the A room. This is the only way in besides the next way I'm about to show you. If you don't have the QR code, you need to go further down either of the hallways and go up to the SINS control room. When you get in there, there'll be a civilian in there. If you get caught, you can take him upstairs to this area here. You can also grab the cable ladder that's up here, and I'll tell you more about that later, but it's nice to have. Now in the SINS office, there are 5 different control panels you can access. Each one controls the doors for each of the server rooms. A is on the far right and E is on the far left. However, when you're up here, I only want you to open A up because everywhere else has an easy access point to it. So if A is one of our rooms, we're going to walk in there, interact with A, and then head downstairs to the A room. Crack open the door, grab the 2 servers, and take them back to the server hub. On your way back, proceed to get caught by a guard because you're an idiot. And of course, it's the lead guard, so now you have to restart the heist and get back to where you were so that you can do this tutorial. Anyway, that's A done. To get to server room B, head back to the first keycard spawn in the L2 stairway. There's a vent right here. Watch for a guard in this spot and hop in the vent. Done, you're in B. Turn off the power, grab the 2 servers, and walk them back to the server hub. Again, make sure you're grabbing those bonus servers as they pop out. Now room C is an interesting one. If you have both rooms A and C in your route, definitely head to C first. Room C is accessed via a vent on the floor in the SINS control room. So what you should do is head up there, open up A just because you're in here, and then walk through the vent in the floor, or in my case, lag through the vent in the floor. That's it, now you're in room C and it's really close to the server hub. Grab your 2 servers and walk over there. Room D is probably the easiest one to get into. Careful not to get caught by the civilian watching the server hub, and step into the vent next to keycard spawn 2. This will get you straight into room D. The final room is room E. This one's also very easy. Head down the DE tunnel towards the SINS control room. On your right, before the keycard scan, is a vent. Hop in that vent and you'll be in room E. Grab those 2 servers, take them back to the server hub. That's every room, with A being the most difficult to get into by far. Now as a little piece of bonus info, I mentioned that cable ladder earlier. I was too lazy to get any footage, but if you walk in through E, you can actually connect the ladder to D and walk over that way, and you can do the same for A or B depending on how you enter. Alright, we're just about home free. You grabbed all the required servers at this point and you've scanned the 3 most important ones. Good work! Your job is basically done now. All you have to do is wait for the servers to scan and grab the bonus servers anytime they pop out. Once you've scanned the 3 correct servers, the drone server will pop out. Make sure you grab it. The route you're going to go back up is through that L2 stairwell again, so you're going to head back to where you scanned in and hacked the computer originally. You can't run with the drone server, so make sure you're very careful moving past guards. You can also move additional loot this way, but it's much faster if you use the zipline bag located in the elevator near Hall A. So you've made it up to that computer room in the L2 stairwell. I want you to be very careful. As soon as you cross this doorway, a guard will step out of that elevator. This is a scripted event. It will happen every time. He walks out the elevator and will turn to look directly at you. Throw a throwing knife down the stairwell and he'll look over at it while you walk away. Head upstairs. Once you're upstairs, hang a left and hop back into the vent you used to get to the keypad door. Be careful of that camera that can spawn in the lobby and the guard turning around. We're going to head all the way upstairs, so go straight in the vents until you can't anymore, and then jump up to the top floor. Instead of going to the office this time, you're going to hang a left and go to the double doors at the end of the hallway down there. Be careful, because there can be a camera, a guard, and a civilian around here, so look around and try to identify where all of them are. Head through the double doors to the stairwell, and watch for the camera that could be watching the stairwell. You can throw an ECM on it or hack it, up to you. Once you're down the stairs, walk out the door to your left to the van, capture the objective, and stand in the escape. You will most likely be caught by civilians when you do this, so if you're moving additional loot, make it quick or be very careful. And that's it. You've done syntax error in about 8 minutes if you were quick. Alright, let's recap a little bit. We're going to start the heist off and ball our way into the bathroom. Mask up and hop in the vents. Take a right, head upstairs, and get the PC or safe code from the manager's office. Then you're going to take the vents back down to the keypad door. Insert the code into the keypad, run downstairs, and grab the keycard from one of 3 spawns. Then you're going to use that keycard to check the computer to see which server rooms you need. If you're going for all loot, you can skip that. We're going to take the fastest route to each server room, and this might take some practice remembering on your part. You are going to have to route it a little bit on your own depending on what rooms you get. Then you're going to place the servers into the server hub. Once the correct servers have been scanned, you're going to grab the drone server and lumber your way back upstairs through the computer room. Throw a knife to distract the guard that is scripted to come out of the elevator, then run upstairs, move through the vents, and get over to the van. Syntax error really is that simple. It's a very fast, consistent heist, and it's honestly a lot of fun to learn. I hope you enjoyed this walkthrough. If you did, please consider leaving a like or subscribing to my YouTube channel. If you have any questions or you have some improvements to make to this, please leave a comment about it. I don't like to use exploits because they typically get patched by the team, whenever that is, but you're welcome to mention them down below if it's going to speed the time up a little bit. I don't mind. If you'd like to see me do this route live, I typically run it once or twice during a stream, so come check out my Twitch. I'll leave that link in the description. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you have a lot of fun running syntax error, because I know I do. It's my second favorite one, after Touch the Sky. That's a hint, go watch that guide as well. Alright, that's it. See you next time.